Hello everyone, this is Dersinovia here. Originally, I wasn't going to review these because of how hard they were to find, but I found them at a used bookstore, and I decided to, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna add these on the freaking insane amount of TCW related stuff that I'm reading and reviewing. Now, despite the overwhelming amount of garbage that is, tied to this show, are these four novels any different? Are they as bad as some of the other stuff? Well, the answer is no, I don't think that so. I think Ryder Wenham is a great writer. I wish he would have actually wrote an actual, adult Star Wars novel because most of his writings are short stories and this series and one comic. What do I think of this series? Well, I appreciate the fact that despite the Clone Wars era and the expanded universe being cluttered at this point, rather than give us more stories of Anakin and Ahsoka, Ryder Wenham decided to give us, a story about a character that has nothing to do with the main cast, which I think that's pretty cool. I mean, TCW related stuff is pretty bad, to be honest with you, but I think this is pretty good, honestly. And honestly, I thought it was a little fun, story, from the first book to the last. It didn't feel too short and it didn't feel too long. I don't feel like I was talked down on. I never read anything Ryder Wenham wrote before. Most of the, young adult novels that I've been reviewing have been written by, Jade Watson. So this is the first time I've read a non-Jade Watson young adult novel in a long time. I think this is really good. This particular one, I would highly recommend it. Now, the sequel, Curse of the Black Hole Pirates, I felt was even better than Breakout Squadron. You know, in this one, we find out that one of the, clones is actually a spy. Potentially, it's hinted at in this book, though we don't know, you know, anything about it until the very end, where the real snap is revealed. And of course, another thing that I, really like about this book is the Chiss in the EU. They aren't really shown that much. They're kind of mysterious. And I really like that Ryder Wenham actually, even though it wasn't much of an introduction to the Chiss ascendancy, it was cool that we actually got, a interaction with another Chiss during the Clone Wars. Duel at Shattered Rock, the big reveal on who the real Snap is towards the very end, and I think this one was pretty good too. And I really do like how Dooku and Naru Kagi's master. It's been established in here that they had once were friends. And yeah, this particular book, like the other one, was pretty good too. And the last one, the conclusion, you know, to what is a 4-book story arc, I felt was really good. In fact, I had no expectations for this. And I felt, it didn't overstay its welcome. It was nice having characters from other parts of the Star Wars expanded universe make appearances. Cad Bane, makes a cameo. Same thing with Asajj Ventress and Count Dooku and Darth Sidious. These 4 books, I could easily see these as TCW like episodes. I think if these were adapted, if these were actually in the show itself, I think it would have been much better. I don't know. I can't help but wonder what could have been. These novels are really obscure compared to the other parts of the expanded universe. They're not that easy to find anymore. And not to mention, I don't I haven't heard anyone really talk about these. You know, are these really worth getting? Well, I think they're fun little stories. I think there's better Clone Wars era stories you could find, but if you can find them for a reasonable price, I recommend picking these up. I mean, I don't think they're as hard to find right now, considering they're still relatively recent, but I would recommend you get them as soon as possible. That's if you want them. Now, next time, I'm going to be reviewing the last 3 comics of TCW, and then we will review this piece of shit. I cannot wait to finish this fucking era. Oh, God.